Like, imagine if Amazon just said we shutting down because internally we don't agree on a strategy amongst leadership, or if Apple or Microsoft did the same thing and just said we shutting down. Do you know, like, what it's crazy that the federal government can shut down and people will, find a way to accept that. But if Amazon shut down, it would be a crazy uproar. Or if Microsoft shut down, it'd be a crazy uproar. Same thing with Apple. So it's like, why do we accept this just lack of leadership in these positions? Like, this, it shouldn't just be that, oh, we don't agree, so now we're gonna try and slice and dice and make this political theater at the expense of not just the folks who are going to potentially lose the benefits that they're talking about, but like you said, people aren't getting paychecks, and the federal government is one of the United States' largest employers. And so literally talk about something that's supposed to be taking care of your people. You're not putting your people at the forefront when you make decisions like this. Because again, like, what other major employee would we accept this from? We wouldn't. And so the government is just a shame that's what it is and what it's come to. But I do want to say one thing about illegal immigrants getting health care. I do think that what they say is true about quote unquote Medicaid, et cetera. But I think the caveat to that is,
what do you mean?
That they can't get, like, illegal aliens can't get.
Okay, all right, I got you.
True, but I think the caveat, as in terms of the workaround, is that they can't be denied at emergency rooms. I think is part of the conversation as it relates to.
Right, but I guess that still wouldn't fall on the government at all, though.
If you're illegal and you go to if you're illegal and you go to the ER and they give you a bill and you don't pay, who pays that?
Like, how does that work? Is that not just like an unsolved? That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know that to fall on the government to pay it.
I don't know either.
That being like if I default on,
but even if it's not the government
on my bill, on my medical bill, I don't think the government ends up paying that still.
I don't. But see, because they could do bankruptcy for you. They could put it on your credit and file it against their losses and do. But if you are giving services to an illegal, I don't know if you can, like, mess up their credit report.
Well, that's probably true, but I still don't see where that falls on the government. I don't think that the government falls in responsibility to pay.
But I think this is how it matters, though. Like, I mean, like, these big corporations like United Healthcare and all of these things, there are ramifications for these things where they'll start denying claims. They'll start like they do. Like, they're not just going to lose that kind of money, give that healthcare for free, and not make adjustments that do affect the consumer. Like, and I think that's the issue, where when they do that, you get price raises, you get everything, where they are going to make up those losses. The government might not pay for it, but somebody is going to end up, footing the bill for those losses. And then those companies eventually are going to lobby, and they're going to, try to
but I guess right now we're talking about, like, the issue of the government shutdown is based around healthcare. And the Republicans, allegedly, they're saying that the illegals is getting healthcare, and the Dems is like, that's illegal. They're not getting healthcare. They're not getting Medicaid. They're not getting any of those things. And so the shutdown is based over funding for the healthcare, apparatus in general. But I guess, like, if what G is saying is true, I still don't see where that falls on a government program like Medicaid or Medicare, or how that would fit into the budget either, I guess. You get what I'm saying?
So I mean, what does the budget? What does the budget?
Every hospital is not privately funded. Is like one factor there, right? So it's like, I don't know how hospitals work in terms of funding and stuff like that. But like I said, all I'm simply saying is, I think where another counter to this argument of where they can't legally get the service is that, but they find quote unquote loopholes to get served is like one of the arguments out there. Now, as that relates to the budget, it's like, yeah, that's a fair question, but I'm just sharing that. I think that's an argument that I've heard out there.
And I get that, in which, I mean, there's a bunch of things, and maybe I have a more extreme stance on that. But I guess them stopping the government shutdown still doesn't solve that. Those illegals can still get the
yeah, that's true.
Like, I don't know. It doesn't seem like.
But that's what, like.
So, go ahead, Johnny.
I mean, I think they just wanted to shut down because, like I say, because like the funding, like the money that they're arguing about, if it's not going to pay the illegals, or then so what does the money that they're allowing this funding? Who is it going to benefit?
Say that one more time.
I'm saying like if the money they're talking about like isn't going to illegal immigrants,
Mhm.
they're arguing about that. Who is benefiting from that funding? Like who takes advantage
Well,
of that
I
investment?
don't know if it's not a made up problem. In my opinion, like I get what G was saying, where why do we allow bad leadership? I don't know if this is specifically bad leadership as much as it's like leverage plays. In Donald Trump specifically, which is who we've seen the government shut down under in both scenario, the last two scenarios, he exercises leverage as if he's inside of a business negotiation. And to me, that's what this seems like it is.
Oh yeah, no, I mean if it definitely because, but yeah, it does. It's a disservice to the American, especially the American workers, the people in the government, and the American citizen.
It's
I
it's
definitely think they be childish with the as far as like working together. Like as far as like they are clearly like not working for the best interests of the people, and they got corporate interests and they got other interests they're working for outside of like what's best for the American people. I think that's the worst.